You're listening to Screaming Goat Radio with Kevin and Chris, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome to the show endorsed by Howard Stern's cousin's babysitter. Screaming Goat Radio. Don't fuck it up, Kevin and Chris. Tweet the guys during the show at SG Radio LA. We know you have a lot of choices on the internet. So from all of us here at Screaming Goat Radio, we just want to say thanks for choosing us over porn.
Welcome to Screaming Goat Radio.
Hi.
It's the holiday show here on Screaming Goat Radio. Yes.
Is that Christmas music?
It is Christmas music.
Sounds like
yes.
country music.
Yes. Oh, I know you know Melikalikimaka.
Oh,
right?
yes, Melikalikimaka. That's George Jones.
Anybody that has seen Christmas Story, and tell me you've seen Christmas. Or no, sorry, Christmas Vacation. Anybody that's seen
Christmas
Christmas Vacation.
Yes,
this
that's the movie where with the Red Ryder gun where the kid wants to shoot his eye out.
Christmas Story, Chris.
Oh,
Christmas Story. Can I tell you your hat? The top of it's making me uncomfortable. I feel like it's pointed at me, or it's supposed to be more off on the side. I feel like the straightforward approach to the hat is
my hat.
For some reason, it's bothering
making you
me.
uncomfortable.
I appreciate the fact that you wore the hat today. I wore the Santa outfit, but the fact that it's
I was going to
sitting
say that I
straight forward,
appreciate that. I don't appreciate it anymore.
Pointed right at me.
I need to find something to critique about your outfit now.
Well,
You're
go
critiquing
ahead.
my outfit.
Go ahead.
It's hard to see
Well,
with
you aren't
this
changing
computer.
anything.
Let me stand up here.
Okay. Do you want to?
I think the way that your belt is hanging down dead
Why
center.
are you immediately looking down in that direction?
And it's not
to scale.
You
too.
can tuck that in. You could tie it off over here, but you're letting it hang straight down.
That's the look, Chris. That's the look.
Also, the color of it. I mean,
Hold on. The red.
you're suggesting of your belt
Oh.
and the way it's hanging down. You're suggesting things with that. It's very suggestive.
So I dress up as Santa Claus, and your eye immediately goes to my waist, and immediately thinks about my holiday junk. Is that what I'm to believe?
I started at the top and I worked my way down, Kevin.
Very quickly.
But you
Very
can flatter
quickly.
yourself if you'd like.
Very quickly.
Okay.
Well, welcome to everybody out there listening to Screaming Go Radio.
Jeez.
This is our holiday episode.
Just want to wear a Santa hat in peace.
We've got a lot of holiday stuff on the show here. We are going to be going over some holiday unsungs.
Two chains.
Those are your stories from the internet that you've not heard of, but you should. And they're Christmas holiday related. And we're also going to have some holiday headlines. We're going to get into the interview as well, the Sony movie that has now been indefinitely pushed back. And we've got a guest today, Chris, kind of like the episode we had Sam on the show, our VO artist. We're going to reveal...
It's a big reveal.
Another frequent player, another frequent...
Contributor?
SGR contributor, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
One Patio is going to be on the show today. Very exciting.
You just revealed it, Kevin.
Well, it's not going to be a...
It was supposed to be a surprise.
Who Patio is the secret, Chris.
You basically just told the people out there the gift that we were about to give them. You
But
don't
you know
give
what?
somebody a gift and be like, oh, yeah, what's in that box right there? I got you a PlayStation.
No.
You let them open it.
The gift is going to be the gift of Patio, the full person, the image, the full entire picture of Patio.
Oh, good save.
That's
good
the gift
save.
that we're
That's
giving
the
here
gift.
today, Chris.
You royally messed up.
Man,
But then you saved yourself pretty nicely.
You're not in a very Christmassy mood here. You seem you're very agitated here today,
I was
Chris.
until you made comments about my hat. Would you like me to go side? I didn't realize that it's supposed to
off
go
on
more to the side.
Yes,
Is that how Santa wears his hat? Is that better for you?
That's much more disarming than having a Santa hat pointed directly at you.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I apologize. I will calm down now and get more into the mood, into the Santa Christmas holiday
I hope so.
mood.
I can play Melikalikimaka again if that's going to get you there.
I just need to meditate for a second.
All right, do it. So
I just need to meditate.
So Patio is our guest. We're going to bring him in, and then we've got a number of different Christmas things that we're going to be talking about, bringing up, but we want to get his take on those as well. We need to give you a second to meditate with your breathing and your centering and your chi and everything, Chris.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, Kevin?
This is great radio right here. Fantastic radio.
It's also video, Kevin. So watching somebody meditate is also very interesting.
Is it really?
I've done it before.
Oh, really? That kind of sounds creepy. In person or?
Well, I had to learn how to meditate, Kevin, so I was watching somebody meditate. It was an instructional video.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it one that you filmed and then watched back, or?
Yes, it was
one
myself.
that you purchased? All right.
No, it was one that I purchased, man.
All right. Well, why don't we get
Trying
off?
to be a better me.
Chris, why don't we jump into the show here? Listen, there is something that I'm very excited about that's happening tomorrow, and I wanted to talk about this with you. Serial, the podcast, a fellow podcast out there. We're always battling for 1 and 2 on the iTunes most downloaded. Serial is having its finale here tomorrow.
I'm very, very excited about that.
Do you have any idea what I'm talking about right now?
Not a clue.
How do you not know what Serial is? You are a fellow podcaster.
I know plenty of what cereal is.
Yeah.
I eat Kashi cereal every morning. It's high protein and fiber.
Well, there is a much better cereal that I'm talking about. It is the one made by the people of American Life, and it is a story.
You still don't have me. What the hell is American Life?
You see, you know what? Do you listen to podcasts? Do you listen to our podcast?
Why would I listen to our podcast? I do our podcast. I know what I say every night. I don't need to then listen to it. And we're the #1 podcast on iTunes. I don't need to listen to anything else.
So you don't listen to any other podcasts?
This is the first podcast that I had heard of that I even knew
what a podcast
was.
So hold on. Our podcast is the first podcast you've heard of?
Yeah, when we came together and decided, hey, let's do a radio show, and you're like, yes, and it'd be a podcast. And I was like, what is a podcast?
What the hell's a podcast? All right. Well,
so I have no idea what you're talking about. You're very excited about this podcast named Serial.
Yes.
It's that intriguing to you.
So it's Chris. It's basically they're telling a story every week, and it's one full story, but they're telling it in segments every single week. The host doesn't know necessarily where the story is going until they're done with it. It's a story of a boy who it seems like he was wrongfully convicted of a murder. So she's diving back into this. I think it's now been like 16 years. He's been in jail for 16 years.
So is this like a radio play telling a story? This is like I'm listening to like
it's not a radio
drama?
play, but it's more of a maybe a documentary is a better way to put it.
So this is a real story.
This is a real story of somebody that was potentially wrongfully convicted of murder 16 years ago, and she's diving back into the case. She's interviewing the major players. She's interviewing the guy that was convicted, and so she's kind of taking you along for this ride. I'm sorry to bore you at home because I found the one person that doesn't know what Serial is, taking you along for the ride, and then at the end of the 12 episodes, which is tomorrow, some sort of culmination. Who knows exactly how she's going to end it, but the whole world is, it's...
Let's go back to your comment about finding the only person that doesn't know about this, and then we can revisit the whole Serial thing, because I bet you all the money you have on your persons right now, which is probably not a lot.
On my Santa outfit, there's not a lot on the Santa
So we
outfit.
should probably extend this to what's in your bank account.
Okay.
I bet all the money you have in your Santa outfit and in your bank account, that we could make some phone calls right now and call some people up and find another person that doesn't know about the Serial podcast. I bet you that. And I would be willing to shake your hand on camera right now that we could do that. Would you be willing to do that? Or are you not that confident in your assertions on this show?
Maybe I was being a tad facetious with my can't find one more person that's heard of Serial, but
just a tad?
Serial, I'm surprised in your Facebook page, in reading the headlines, and your friends, and the water table discussions, you've not heard of this podcast.
Sorry, I don't live on social media. I'm out there in the world talking to people face to face.
I'm surprised in your face-to-face conversations you have not heard about.
So apparently this is a very big thing, and anyway, I've been under a rock this whole time.
I thought we were going to discuss the Serial podcast. I didn't know. I didn't know it was going to be a battle against podcasting, and then that you have not even heard of this podcast before.
It sounds very interesting, though. Maybe I will take it up.
You have an evening right now to get caught up before she releases the 12th episode tomorrow. Yeah.
This is tomorrow, so I have to do it tonight.
This is tomorrow. You have to
after
pull
the show.
An all-nighter here tonight to listen to all of Serial.
How many episodes?
It's going to be 12 total.
So I have to listen to 11 episodes tonight. How long are they?
Tonight. They're ranging from 35 minutes to an hour or so.
Wow.
Worth it. Stay up all night, and you'll be all set for tomorrow.
I'm going to need some crack or something.
You know what? I want to check back in with you in January, our next SGR show. I hope you're up to speed on Serial by that point.
I hope to.
It's good stuff. Well,
do right by you, Kevin. I hope to make you proud.
We'll have to ask Patty O when he comes out here and see if he is one of the people that has.
God, I
has not
hope
heard of
so.
this
God,
before.
I hope Patty's never heard of it.
But before we get into that, Chris, we're all dressed up. We're all festive. Holiday plans for you? Do you have anything fun, exciting going on?
I put a hat on and some beads, but I appreciate you telling or saying that I'm all dressed up. I don't really feel like it. I feel like I went a little half-assed.
Oh yeah.
But to answer your question, yes, I do have holiday plans per se, but it's mainly always just by default because none of my family lives in the Los Angeles area, so I'm always traveling to go see them. So yes, as per usual, as just like 3 weeks ago.
Headed up to see Mama Labrum.
Hey, don't do that.
How you doing?
Don't do that. Not with that smirk, that dirty smile.
What?
If you want to smile like a genuine smile and wave it
I
and say
smiled
hello
at
to
your
my
mom
mother,
like a
then,
gentleman.
Then please do. But,
I smiled at her
but
like
not
a
like
gentleman.
that. Because two can play this game, and I can be like, Mama Campbell,
You know, we're gonna have to cut. Can we cut the camera?
good to see
please?
you.
Can we?
Good
can
to
we,
see you.
Can we
yeah,
cut that?
Yeah.
Now, see, I did a gentlemanly smile. Yours was like a creepy, like.
But
like,
how do you?
watching her do yoga, kind of smile.
How do you know
like
that's not
mentioned
something
before.
that Mama Campbell and I have established? That's an outing that we do. Is that
Well-
I go to her yoga classes sometimes when she goes to yoga, and there's nothing creepy about it. That's just how we spend our time, our free time together.
So you've been flying to Seattle a lot. Should I do some fact checking here? Should I do some following up?
Call Virgin America.
Because that'd be really awkward
See if I care.
if I show up for the holidays and
Randomly go
yeah,
to her
you're
yoga
there
class?
with holding my mom's hand with an eggnog.
I don't think that would be weird.
It'd be awkward.
I think it'd be weird if you all of a sudden had to call me father. That would be weird.
Not dad. You'd want me to call you father?
At the
That
start,
would be weird.
At the start, I would want
Dad would be less weird. Father would be. That would be weird.
I want it to be a little bit more formal at the start.
So
till
you would just
can gauge
immediately
you.
expect me to call you dad or father. There would be no like tossing of the ball in the backyard. There would be no.
If you're gonna come stay in my house for the holidays,
Oh yeah. So hold on. Are you moving in with my mom then?
I don't know, Kevin. We haven't talked.
You've got
that
a lot
far
of
yet.
big plans that I should be aware of some of these.
Well, you'll find out in due time when it's right.
Oh yeah, when it's ready, maybe you'll have my mom on the show and you guys can tell me face to face. Is that you know
Special
what?
guest. I won't ruin the surprise like you did with Patty O.
Well-
I'll just have
well-
her. I'll just bring her in
While you're gonna be here, I got my own vacation. I'm gonna be taking. Yeah.
to Seattle.
I don't know.
Don't you
Maybe.
dare.
Maybe.
Don't you dare.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. I'm. You know what? I'm gonna go on Southwest right now. I'm gonna do some flight changing here. I love Southwest. You can change your flights just as easy as.
Yeah, but they don't fly.
Even in the middle of your radio show, you could change your flight from say Denver to Seattle, no problem.
They don't fly nonstop. They don't fly nonstop to Seattle, and they don't have TVs in the back of the seats where you can watch cable. You can order movies.
You know what? It's important for me to be there, even if it's a little bit harder to be there.
Okay, stop it. Stop it.
I'm really enjoying the camera for this show now.
Yes, you
I
are.
I think it's a nice new addition to the Screaming Goat Radio program.
I'm fiending concern because my mom would never go for you.
Oh well,
So
what you don't know. Anyway,
should we get off mom's
I
because
think-
I just got off yours?
we were waiting for that one.
Had to go there.
Waiting for that
building
one. What is this now? Anyway,
Just getting loose, stretching out.
Merry Christmas to everybody out there, all you moms out there.
So much for my
Um,
Christmas plans.
Yes. Well, you know what? Should we reveal? Should we bring Patio in for our
I think we
Christmas
should.
show?
I
There's
think we
so
should.
much to talk about with the holidays. We got to have him in studio.
This is just going to get uglier and uglier if we don't bring him in.
Yes, and people for the longest time have heard his rants. I'm sure have formed some sort of opinion of what he might look like: grizzly, angry, maybe always holding a hammer, maybe, or
Yes, a hammer.
I don't know. So what else?
A paddle?
A paddle, maybe. And now we're gonna finally let them know what he looks like. Should we?
Yeah.
Patio.
Let's do it.
Patio, come on in. He's there. He is. I'm gonna clap for
Nobody would have suspected he'd be
Nobody
wearing
picked
Christmas
it.
lights.
Nobody would have thought this.
That's too festive. That's too nice.
Well, I mean, Kevin went with the Santa Claus suit.
Yes,
and,
thank you for noticing.
Father Labram went with.
Whoa,
the,
hey, hold on a second. Father Labram.
Yes.
He's ordained.
Are you going for okay?
No, he's ordained. Everybody has to call him Father.
Okay, I was.
That's why.
I thought maybe he was going for Mama
told
Cullum as well, and then I was going to be mad twice. That first of all you're cheating, and second of all you're going after another person's mother.
Well, first of all, you two could probably use a little bit of the wisdom that I could impart on you as a father. But no, he's right. I was meaning father like I've been ordained.
Okay.
you just took it completely the wrong
Okay,
way
all
because
right.
your
I'm a
mom
little-
and I
I'm a
were
little-
having eggnog together and doing yoga together, but it was just because I'm her counselor.
I'm a little touchy about the subject. Okay, as long as that's what's going on there, I'm not as worried about it. All right.
Oh, God.
But Patio, welcome to the show
Thank
here.
you.
Glad
Welcome,
to have you.
Patio.
Glad to have you here.
Good to be here.
Yeah.
New studio, video. Everybody can look at us while we're talking about whatever nonsense we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you want to throw winks to the camera, if you've got any, moms of different area codes, that's what the camera is there for. So.
Okay.
And the people who listen as a podcast and on the radio as well can feel your winks when you do it too.
Really?
So it works both ways. It's not just for the camera.
Magnificent technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a very interactive system that we have here that people really enjoy. So Chris, should we get into some unsung stories here with Patio?
No.
Oh.
You did it anyway.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me then?
Take time to honor the stories.
Don't ask me if you're not going to listen to me at all. I don't even want to hear on this show.
I would like to point out
Yes.
that this is the only time of year that the music for your Unsung Stories intro is relevant. It's a bagpipe version of the Little Drummer Boy. You do know that, right?
Come on.
Of course we
Of
knew
course
that.
we know that. Don't patronize.
We wouldn't have just put some music on
Yeah,
something.
we wouldn't just
and-
slapped it together with a voiceover and at the last second before the show. That's not our style.
That was
Patty.
a Little Drummer Boy.
That's
Yeah.
not our style.
Composed by Blakowski.
Yeah, Mitchoff Lukowski.
Mitchoff Lukowski.
Yeah,
You just said Blakowski.
No,
it's-
I
it's
have
a silent B. It's and he's
He has a B stutter.
speech impediment.
Yeah.
Yeah, he adds B's to words.
Yeah, sometimes
So,
I say Belabrum when I say my last name.
Yeah.
Belabrum.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's definitely weird. So our first holiday unsung here.
Kevin, I apologize for talking over our intro.
That's okay.
To
It's
the
okay.
show.
You're a little
To the segment.
little Grinches, little Grinchy today. We're gonna we'll have to pull you out of it here.
How do we make his heart grow?
You're closer to him. Maybe I don't know if it's touch or
You
if
water
it's the
it.
sound. Or,
Water it with ladies. Could you do that for me, guys?
Well, I mean, I could stroke it, stroke your heart, and maybe it'll grow 3 times.
Here we go.
This hat is
It's starting to sweat under there.
Yeah.
well, it's coming off.
You didn't
My
feel
Getting
Santa
hot here
hat is
today.
There we go, and I can't see. The fur was coming over my eyes. All right, I'm ready. Let's do it, Kevin.
go.
Unsungs.
You know what? It's a very non-threatening Santa hat now. I appreciate that.
Yes, I
really
hid
appreciate
it
that.
from you.
All right. Our first unsung here, comes in from the Cats vs. Christmas category here. And
I
apparently
didn't know that was a category.
I didn't realize it was one either, but cats have been doing their damnedest to ruin Christmas for years. And there was a video that we found and that I wanted to talk about of cats jumping on Christmas trees, pulling Christmas trees down, stealing ornaments, essentially ruining Christmas.
Wow.
That's out there in the world happening. Cats are
ruining Christmas.
I don't know how
It's
long
not even the
cats have
Grinch.
been ruining for Christmas. I'm sure it's been happening for a while, but this story brought it to light.
Unless they
that
are descendants from the Grinch. I don't know. They could be.
maybe.
I'm surprised that this is something new to you. I mean, you put in something new in your house that's covered with a lot of shiny, dangly things. You think the cat's not going to go after it? Of course,
Yeah.
it's been a problem for years. I mean, it's been a fight in my house every year. We have one of the fake Christmas trees from China, but
Did you do that on purpose because of the cat?
Yeah, absolutely. Every year, the lady of the house says we should get a real tree this year, and I remind her that we have cats, and they will eat the tree and knock it over. And the fake plastic Christmas trees from China, they're not flammable, whereas the real ones, I mean, you knock it over, and the cats are chewing on the electric lights. Poof! All of a sudden, your house is on
What's
fire.
the worst damage that one of your cats has done to your tree? So they pulled the tree down?
No,
How many
but-
homes have you lost?
Well, I mean, we
People have died.
Fortunately, I've never had to deal with it because I am smart enough to have never gotten a real tree with cats in the house. If you've got cats in the house, fake tree.
Couldn't you get a real tree with fake cats? Isn't that a decent?
That's a good idea.
That's a decent idea,
Are
right?
you talking just like stationary? Sorry,
Yeah,
you talking
just like-
stationary
yeah.
or like robotic? Like they're
well,
fake,
either
but
one.
they
I
just
was
kind of
I
go
was
around,
thinking
"Meow."
I was thinking fake cats, but that sounds horrible and creepy. But maybe you could get one that didn't sound
were you
like it
gonna
was
say,
Well, I was
being
gonna say
strangled.
the difficulty with a fake cat is you don't get the same level of pure indignant apathy that you get out of a real cat. I mean, if you're going to have
Well-
a cat, you want that indignant apathy. If you get a
I
fake
mean, if you
cat,
have a fake cat, that thing could ignore you. It just stands with his back to you. You call it the whole time.
not even gonna respond to you
Whiskers,
at all.
no response.
right, but it never pees in your shoes. It never throws up on your bed. You don't get the true cat experience if you've got a fake cat.
So this is what brings me to, and would bring any sane person to the question of why in the hell do you get a cat in the first place at all? They don't care about you. We had this argument before. They don't care about their owners. We proved that. We had studies that proved that. They ruin Christmas.
We did studies here on the show.
We did studies. They prove
Yeah.
they don't like you. They pee in your shoes. There's no reason whatsoever for you. You got to like cat-proof your entire apartment.
Chris.
What is the point?
Chris, here's what I think we should do.
They don't
here.
like you.
I think we should call our resident cat expert, Lindsay. With all the venom you're spewing against cats, I know she'll have something to say about that, but I'm curious if cats have ruined her Christmas.
I would be curious
If
about that too.
Critters or Pickles have been responsible for any Christmas ruins.
They just DGAF. They DGAF.
We're gonna call her while we're working out
You
what
don't
the hell
even know
that
what
is.
that means, do you?
While we're working out
Do you know what
the
that
hell
means?
is.
I
Hopefully
don't.
she's around here.
You probably heard it when people say IDGAF. I don't give. They just don't give a
Feline.
feline.
Lindsay.
Like it.
Lindsay, hello.
That wasn't good. We should.
Yes.
It is Kevin, Chris, and Patio here from SGR. How are
Hi,
you?
Linz.
Hello, Lindsay.
Hi.
So we were doing a story on cats ruining Christmas. All right, off cats going in,
no.
tearing down Christmas trees, eating ornaments, basically being solely responsible for ruining Christmas.
Setting fires in your home by chewing on Christmas
Yes.
lights. They ruin Christmas.
And then it was extended to Chris railing against why the hell would you ever get a cat? And we figured what person to call but you. Are Critters and Pickles responsible for ruining Christmas?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I mean,
It's a hard hitting question, Lindsay. We don't pull any punches here on SGR.
Lindsay, do you celebrate Christmas? Or do you have your cats ever ruined Hanukkah?
yeah, I don't celebrate Christmas, so I'm good to go in that respect. I don't have any trees or anything for them to knock down.
We called the one Jewish cat lady.
Son of a bitch.
Damn it.
Son of a bitch.
Lindsay, you're Jewish?
Yes.
Have your cats ruined Hanukkah?
Have they ever eaten a
Nope.
dreidel?
You can't really pass
never
that
eat
very
the
well.
dreidel.
Did they
don't
pee on
go
the
near
menorah?
Candles.
Did they pee on the menorah and put the candles out?
Now that would ruin Hanukkah.
Yeah, see, that's the only thing we have is we have a menorah and can't and lots of food, which the cats don't touch.
Have your
So,
cats ruined
I
any
mean,
holidays?
Maybe
Just give us the
maybe
real
cats
deal. They've
don't
ruined
like
things.
Religion.
Your cats don't like religion?
Maybe cats are
Well, they don't-
against religion.
Yeah, cats don't like religion because they don't like the idea of anything other than them being worshipped.
That is probably
Another
Lindsay
reason.
worships them, so
See, so that's why everything's
Yeah.
fine.
it's like its own religion into itself. So they
If you either honor the cat or you don't. I get that.
this is not going well. We called the one Jewish cat lady that does not celebrate Christmas. This
Well, at least it was a
this gives
false
us-
alarm. We don't have to be worried about her cats ruining Christmas anymore.
That's true.
I can
I
breathe a
know.
sigh of
My
relief.
cats are amazing.
Oh, here we go.
They're actually probably heinous little creatures. They don't like you. They don't care. They DGAF.
Are they eating you right now?
No.
Oh.
No. My cats are great.
Now, if
They
you had a
just
dog, that'd
sitting
be a great
around.
thing.
Just doing nothing.
Well, Lindsay,
Meowing here or there. Want
Hap-
to get pet.
happy holidays, Lindsay. Sorry that this experiment went
False alarm.
Yeah, false alarm. But the one good thing is they aren't going to ruin your Christmas, which we're very, very happy about. So happy Hanukkah. Hopefully your
know.
cats will not ruin it. They'll
Yay,
find a way,
thank
those
you
little
guys
bastards.
so much.
Yeah, enjoy them not caring about you and peeing in your shoes. Enjoy them.
That hasn't happened yet.
Oh, okay. They've probably chewed one up, though, for sure.
No.
What?
Tell. Oh, Patio.
No, I have heard this before. I
She's
mean,
in cat denial?
this is the cat version of "Don't take him away. I love him. He didn't mean to hurt me." That's how
Yes.
she is with the cats.
Yes, I'd agree.
My cats don't chew on anything.
I'm sure
They
they
don't
don't.
chew-
No.
On anything.
Most well-behaved cats in the universe.
Well, tell Critters, tell Pickles, happy Hanukkah, because
And
I assume
Snickles and-
they're also Jewish.
Cold
and,
Trickles.
Yeah.
and
for
so-
Jewish cats.
And sorry for the false alarm, Linz.
Are they wearing
it's okay.
yarmulkes right now?
Are they circumcised?
Yarmulke. Are they circumcised?
They're female cats.
Oh, they're
So,
female.
They're female
so
cats,
yes,
so
they,
no.
well,
Yeah, who knows?
they might be. Yeah. All right, Linz. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.
She is,
guess
is
that didn't work.
shaking her head right now and wondering why the hell she's even friends with us.
She's just gonna stop answering her phone after a
think
while,
so.
or she's gonna change her number.
Yeah.
It's what's inevitable. It's gonna happen.
It's going to be a sad
It's
day
gonna
for
happen.
SGR.
Yeah.
Oh, Linz.
Well, I guess that doesn't help us either way. But if you're out there watching, be careful because your cats will ruin your Christmas potentially.
Well, and if your cats have ruined Christmas, maybe you should have them call in.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
If you
Yeah.
are listening or watching and your cats have ruined Christmas,
Or
please give us a ring.
If you're a cat who's ruined Christmas, call us.
If you are a cat who wants to ruin Christmas but doesn't know how,
Yes.
call us. We'll give you some
Call
advice.
us. Call us.
Or if you're a cat who doesn't believe in cat ownership because you're very self-aware and you know you're just assholes to humans, call us up. Let us know that too, and you can be on my side about this whole thing.
We fit every person and every animal out there into
Yeah.
a category, which means anybody can call us.
We just want somebody to call
Should we
us.
do our next unsung here, Chris?
Yes, we might as well. This one's not going to...
Attention!
I'm just used to you talking over it now.
Yeah, okay, I just
gotta,
keep talking.
gotta continue to go on.
I'll do it again. Attention! You going to do it again?
Attention!
God, I was talking over it again.
I was waiting until you started talking. Yeah,
You're just trying to trap me now. That's ridiculous.
that's ridiculous that would be the case.
Attention!
Well, Kevin, our second one here, it's just amazing. I'm gonna be sad
Are
if
you gonna share it with us, or are you just gonna sit back and?
I might share it here, but if the state of Florida were to
this is
fall
a-
into the ocean,
We wouldn't have a show anymore.
we wouldn't have a show anymore.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, we have another unsung
Really?
from the beautiful state of Florida.
Attention!
Attention! You just do that periodically throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
This one is about two men from the wonderful state of Florida
Mm-hmm.
who apparently, as this article says, have earned themselves a spot on Santa's naughty list,
Whoa.
which is a list
Why are you saying
I'm
it
quite
like you're
fond
doing
of.
your phone sex operator voice?
Because it's the naughty list, Kevin.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's the naughty list.
All right.
You can be on it in two different fashions.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can be naughty, or you can be naughty.
Okay.
You can be... Why are you smirking at me like that?
It's it's
You can be
it's a great explanation. I've never heard anyone really break it down like that.
naughty, or you can be naughty.
Okay. All right. All the it's just incredible amount of eye contact when you do it, which is a little bit concerning, but
I need to work on the inflections in that just a little bit. But
okay.
these two guys, and I don't know, I'm not sold on this. I haven't figured it out, and whether I feel like it's amoral or not. Immoral.
Immoral, anti-moral.
Yes, anti-moral. Thank you. I think it's immoral. So these two guys go into a Walmart. A Walmart. Spread out. One guy goes to the entrance and falls down and starts to have a heart attack.
Horrible story so
Horrible
far.
story. The other guy takes this opportunity to fill a cart and blaze out of there with over $300 worth of merchandise.
Okay.
Which at Walmart is a lot of merchandise.
It's a lot of merchandise.
I'm surprised that's one card. I would think
Yeah.
that'd
Yeah.
be.
I mean, it was a motorized Power Wheel Barbie car.
I hope for his daughter or kid, or maybe that's how he blazed out of there.
Yeah.
That could have been
Maybe
the
that was his
getaway
getaway.
car.
Yeah.
A
did you get the
leapfrog
plates on that
tablet.
thing?
A leapfrog tablet.
So his kids can learn.
A Barbie glam vacation house.
Okay.
So that's the house they're going to live in once they get away in their car
Yeah.
on the shores of Mexico.
Can you live in a vacation house? I thought you just visited a vacation house.
That's a great point, Patty.
Now you're just picking apart my words, and it's not fair.
And I didn't know these
He's
were
very
your
sensitive
words.
today, Patty. He's
He
very
really
sensitive.
is.
And then,
Make your heart grow. Make your heart grow.
yes, I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Well, you're not showering it with ladies like you said you were going to.
Look at a picture of somebody meditating.
You're right. Okay. Woosah. So he blazes out of there. The other guy just gets up, dusts himself off, and walks out.
Fake heart attack, huh?
He pulls the
Wow.
fake heart attack.
The old fake heart attack.
The old fake heart attack in Walmart to steal $300 worth of merchandise. Now, yes, presumably you would think for his or their daughters, sons, etc., because they're stealing Barbie cars and little houses and stuff like that. But I want to know what you guys think of that.
If we walked in, Chris, would you want to be the stealer or the fake heart attack guy?
I'd want to be the fake heart attack guy.
Why? Because you're such a great actor.
Yeah.
Is that-
Yeah, of course.
You'd want to use that for your reel.
I'd use it for my reel.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think the real question is who.
I mean, come on. If I could pull that off and people give you enough time to steal all that stuff, then yes, I
I'll
deserve
tell
to be
you,
cast in the next
that,
Denzel movie.
That and your cocksock, your career might go skyrocketing.
I might even do it in a cocksock.
Well, which one is faster and stronger? That is to say, I mean, you want to put your stronger, faster person on the cart pulling merchandise.
Thank you, Patty.
You don't want to have like your big gun like falling down, and you got like some noodle arm little guy trying to like pull down the great big thing. I mean, do you know how heavy those Barbie cars
I think
are?
Patty's already casted us in this
Well,
caper.
first of all, he's not been hired as a casting director, so
I don't know. I thought he made a lot of sense.
Well, yeah, so he wants a noodle arm, long arm guy instead of a short arm noodle guy. I mean, come on, we're both noodles, Kevin. Let's be honest, we're both noodles, but I'm a faster noodle than you.
Oh,
I'm a faster noodle
I
than
don't
you.
know about that.
I think a noodle race was just challenged.
I think it was, yeah.
Noodle race.
Let's have a noodle race.
Because, listen, even if you're a little bit faster, my longer noodle arms mean I can carry twice as much.
But you're putting it in a cart, so that point actually goes against you.
Damn it.
Yes.
Well, why did you mention the noodle arms then? The long noodle arms.
I was talking about his little noodle arms.
Yes.
Okay.
You're like those like guys that are at the car dealerships that was on
the inflatable
the
wacky
inflatable
waving
wacky
wall,
with a
yeah.
hand guy that you're just up there like this. You're
Which-
like knocking stuff around. You
Which
can't even get it into
means
the
that
car.
if you steal the stuff, we can't get stuff past the third row on the shelf. I can get the stuff off the top of the shelf and put it in the cart.
Ah, you're a top shelf thief.
You know? Top shelf. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're
Yeah.
doing here.
Wait, didn't
No,
you
I'm-
want to be the heart attack guy?
Yeah, and you wanted to be the heart attack guy.
Yeah, I did, but I wanted it to be because I have good skills there, not because I'm short and slow.
Well, how do you know you have good skills? Have you ever had a heart attack
I
before?
want to be.
Have you faked injuries before?
I have faked injuries before. I
Yeah?
parked in a handicap spot once and I limped away into the store.
But that's not how it works. You need to have the placard. They can still give you a ticket.
Yeah, I figured I was going to
Just
be quick
limping
though.
doesn't like automatically qualify.
I ran
you.
around in the store and got my stuff, and then I limped back to the car once I got
Perfect.
out. Sped away.
Gotcha.
Sped away,
So,
sped
so
away.
like a triple threat.
Yeah.
You know what? I will allow you. You can be the heart attack guy. I'll steal the stuff. Although the only problem is I would get busted more than he would. You know, if things went awry. Plus, he would probably flip on me when the cops came because he's having the EMTs come in.
I'd break
You
down
would-
crying.
You
You
would
force me
you'd
into
be
it.
singing like a canary.
You forced me into it.
You'd be singing like a canary.
I'd put on another show. I would
Yeah.
put on another show.
See, you're looking at this the wrong way. You're worried about getting pinched. I'm worried about like the one good Samaritan in Walmart who sees him having a heart attack and breaks out the little AED defib and like
Ooh.
starts
You know what?
starts pounding you with it.
I'm gonna get the guy. I'm gonna be like, hey, listen, my buddy, he's had some heart problems. If something happens, I want you to be there with some mouth to mouth. I want you to have the EMT, the panels ready to
You're
go.
on my team, and you're gonna out me to some dude in
This
the
is
place.
like Ocean's 11. This is layered, Chris. This is a layered caper.
You want it all for yourself,
This
for
is
your
a-
kids. You want the
this is a-
Barbie truck for your
This
kids.
is a layered caper.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're so selfish.
If you get
Yeah.
hit with the electric paddles, do you think you'd die or get superpowers?
I would probably grow a heart.
Yeah.
It sounds like
According
a
to
great
you guys.
SGR bit for the new year, though. I think.
Wait,
You know,
what-
hit Chris with the paddles and see what happens on the next SGR.
Well,
We're gonna do it right after our noodle race. After I beat your ass in a noodle
I
race, and we'll
think-
play that
whoa.
video, and then we'll do the heart thing.
whoever loses
Fine.
at the noodle race gets hit with the paddles. That's,
I think that's it.
Well, hold
the-
on, no.
I think that's
he,
it.
He just made the deal that we're gonna run a race and then we can do the paddles on him. Sure.
Well, not after
Even if I
heard
lose
this.
the
We
race.
didn't shake on it.
Sure.
We didn't shake on
That's
it.
fine. We'll run a race and then we'll hit you with the paddles. Fine.
No.
Even if I lose the race, I don't care.
You gonna do it if you lose?
No. That wasn't the bet that you made.
But we didn't shake on that,
Oh, we have video proof.
do we?
Mama Labrum.
Oh.
Here we go.
Hey, stop it! Stop it!
Well, listen, we'll figure these details out. We'll work these out. We do have to get to some SGR holiday headlines as well, Chris. Do you have one?
I just want to ask you real quick, though, my initial question. Do you think that taking in order to give is okay? These guys, let's just go to the side of these guys doing this for their families, for their kids, because they have no other means. They want to provide a good Christmas for their daughters and their family, so they go to do this. Is that okay with you? Do you think they're doing what a father does have to do to provide? I want to throw that out there to you.
You're getting real with some real talk.
Yeah.
Chris.
Real
From
talk, real
from
issues.
Real people. Real
From real
issues
people.
on SGR.
I want a real answer.
I would say I appreciate the sentiment, but I would say no because he's just not setting a good example for those kiddies out there on Christmas. Because it doesn't matter as much if you got your Barbie truck as in the qualities that your father is instilling on you, Chris. And if we had some music or some tears, now would be the time. But no, it's not okay. It's not a victimless crime.
Got it. And I appreciate that response because the guy who was your role, who was working the cart,
Yeah?
just very recently got out of prison after serving 10 years. So it's not like he was really just trying to provide for his family. It's
Hang
it's
on,
kind
let's
of
come
a
back
pattern
to that.
of behavior.
What was he in prison for before?
It didn't say, but I'm assuming child pornography.
Well,
I could be wrong.
Look, I'm looking at baby steps here. I mean, if he used to be into like child pornography or something horrendous like that, and now he's like gotten to the point where he's just stealing from Walmart, that's progress. I'm
Always
a fan of
looking
this
on
guy.
the bright side.
Our
Always looking on
system,
the bright side.
guys, our system is working.
It is working.
Our system is working. So
All right.
we have one more thing to talk about. We have our headlines here, our holiday headlines on SGR. These are your news stories out there that we want to get to and discuss before we get into a little holiday roundtable with Patty O here. The main headline we have to discuss is this ongoing story that has been developing. Sony has now indefinitely pushed the release of the Seth Rogen, James Franco, The Interview film. It was scheduled to release on Christmas Day. And then the kind of cyber terrorism, the terrorism threats started coming in. I think they had stolen a bunch of intellectual property, emails, some executive salary counts, and they had sent this information out, and they had made threats that anybody that goes to this movie could be subjected to a terrorist attack. And then today, as this story was kind of evolving, Regal Cinema, AMC, Cinemark, Cineplex, I believe ArcLight had all said they are not going to air The Interview, and due to the fact that a bunch of major distributors have pulled out, Sony has canceled plans.
Carmike Cinemas
has canceled plans to release this film at all right now. They're talking about some options about video on demand maybe, but there's no plans to release this movie, all because of the terrorists. So, like in this case, the terrorists have won. They have beaten out freedom of speech. What are your thoughts? Do you think this is a smart move by them? Not a smart move by them? You think this was inevitable? They had to do this. They should have held out. What?
I'm torn, Kevin. I'm torn.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with a friend of mine about this. Okay, because I was like, you gotta, as a principle, that sentiment out there, you got to do it anyway. You got to show the movie so they can't win. Mm-hmm. And my friend was like, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. You can't have that on your, not just on your conscience or whatever, but if something were to happen.
Who is the they? The they is Sony, or the they are the individual distributors?
Anybody.
Whoever's making, they shouldn't have made this movie to begin with, you mean?
No, whoever's making the decision. Well, Sony doesn't have to cancel. I mean, there are other theaters. Yes, obviously a lot of the large ones did, but I mean, their hand was kind of forced in a sense, but they're deciding to say, okay, we're not going to put this out. So they're making that decision too. Their hand was a little bit forced by the the movie theaters, but I'm just saying, if you decide, whoever's deciding not to do it, then is giving in. You just said they won. Mm-hmm. Right? Well, if we do play it and they blow up a theater, how do you feel about that? Is it cool? Because, hey, on principle, we are not allowing them to win. We as the U.S., as a country, are standing strong. We are not going to let them push us around, so we show it anyway, and then people die.
I mean, I would just say then, where do you draw that line? Because there's always going to be people that are threatening things. There are always going to be people that claim, if you do this, I'm going to do that. In terms of the threats, they've always been around. They're always going to be around. So when, and like, I don't know as much as they do about how real these threats are, but it's that line of when do you give in and when do the terrorists win, or when do you just kind of go about your regular business and try to take precautions, but you can't always just bow to the will of the terrorists, Chris.
No, and I would hear that. I think for me, since I am torn on those two sides, my decision was made mainly because now I don't really have anything to do on Christmas.
You're planning on seeing it. I was planning on seeing this movie as well.
Those were my Christmas plans, and so now that I don't have anything to do and I got to find something else and probably hang with family and have some awkward conversations, I'm of the opinion that they should frickin' play it.
Yeah, well, I was going to be back row of this movie. I wasn't going to see a lot of this movie on Christmas. But I was planning on going to the film. We have somebody calling in right now. We don't have a ton of time to talk about this, but let's see. Maybe someone.
I hope it's Mama Labrum just cussing you out.
I was wondering if I might be able to have a chance to chat.
Yes, of course.
Absolutely.
This is Kevin and Chris and Patio here on Screaming Goat Radio. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Sarah.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Sarah, do you have some thoughts on the interview on Sony canceling plans to release it?
Well, the thing is that major companies don't want to be caught with their pants down, and they always push to the limit. and they want to compete, and then sometimes they get beyond their wherewithal.
Mm-hmm.
So you're suggesting that they probably, probably shouldn't have made the movie in the first place.
Well, the thing is that everybody has to be accountable.
What would you
So
do?
if you're not accountable, then what are you pushing for?
What would you do in this circumstance? Say the movie is out, Sarah. Do you think that Sony made the right decision? Do you think the distributors made the right decision?
Well, okay, what kind of audience do we have? So then I can say what I'm going to say.
You can say whatever
Do we
you
have
want,
children
Sarah.
Listening on a majority? I'm sorry?
Or what?
Do we have children listening? I mean, what type of audience are listening?
No children listening to
No,
the show.
no children.
Okay, well,
Yeah, we have a
you know what?
disclaimer before the show
The
that-
biggest companies are the biggest whores, and they're all competing against one another, and they don't care what they do. Nothing is sacred anymore. And so, what are they teaching their children? Because somebody's got to have a child, and somebody's got to tuck them into bed at night. Somebody's got to talk to them about, Santa Claus coming down the tree, and somebody's got to have decency. So I think the thing is that I'm a billionaire, and I'm running for president next year, and I'm married to the richest oil family in the world. And you know what? That doesn't mean anything. The thing is that nostalgia, beauty, all the little things that you might overthink about doing that means so much to your children, especially at this time of year. When does anybody get decent? When is enough money enough?
Gotcha.
I mean, I can buy I've always had the opportunity to buy anything money can buy. And you know what? It's boring. And nobody's soul should be put on the line for that. And what are we teaching our children? Just sell your soul? Just be human garbage? I mean, I
hope
don't
not.
know why all the diseases happen in Africa. I don't know why we don't think that the cesspool will come out of our sink eventually. I just think we need to be a little kinder.
Gotcha, Sarah. Sarah, thank you for the call right there. She got a lot of opinions. She may or may not be a billionaire. It might have been the president. There was a lot of stuff brought up there.
Well, I mean, if she was a billionaire, you missed the opportunity. That could have been sponsorship right there.
That's true, yeah.
Dang it.
Sarah, call us back.
Yeah, if you've got the money, please call us back.
She could be sitting here every show. It just
Missed opportunities,
was.
Kevin.
I know. Patio, do you have any thoughts?
We're notorious for that.
We
Man.
really hard should be on our.
That should be our slogan.
It really should.
SGR.
I
Missed
have
opportunities.
All of the in regards to the interview with Sony, I have all of the thoughts of any reasonable person, which is I don't want to see anybody get blown up, but I also don't like the idea of compromising by not showing the movie in the theaters. I wasn't planning on seeing the movie in the theater my own self anyway, so I
Why not?
I tend to prefer Rogan Franco films, not in the theater, but at home.
Okay.
Yes.
I just didn't know if you had some inside scoop there that was like, oh, I'm not going to see it in the theater because it's not supposed to be any good. I didn't want you to ruin it
Oh,
for
no,
me.
no. It's just, those, I like to go to movies that are big and loud and make my eyes hurt and ears bleed.
In the theater.
In the theater, yeah. This is the kind of movie where I would like to watch.
You could sit really close to this. You could sit in the front row. Probably make your eyes bleed.
Yeah, but the theaters also frown on bringing whiskey in and drinking it while watching the movie. And I like to, imbibe some alcohol when watching these comedies because it makes stuff funnier.
I like that.
Particularly when you laugh so hard that you throw the whiskey up on the floor and then you, that just.
I encourage people to drink whiskey every time they watch or listen to SGR as well. But it makes us funnier, so I'm sure it works for them too.
I was just going to say if you sat all the way in the furthest seats up in the back, you could make your nose bleed.
I could say hi to Kevin and your mom as well in that back.
Hello.
Hello.
God. Coming with it.
I can't even do a stupid joke without you guys making fun and then talking about my mother. This is terrible.
His mom's actually a loyal listener too.
She is.
Oh wow.
She's hearing
I hope it's not going to be weird.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm going to get rid of both of these gentlemen. Maybe not on the show. I have to be with Kevin, but for my life, I will get them out of my life.
I thought maybe your plan was to do a show with Sarah. Sarah covers all the advertising and all the.
I might.
The Sarah and Chris show.
Yeah, and it'll be amazing. We'll have an amazing set. There'll be friggin' birds flying around and penguins,
real life birds
walking around. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the set's going to cost $1 billion, and it'll be done at the White House.
Yes.
Hold on. Out of all the options, and you have an unlimited budget for your new show, birds flying and penguins walking around. Those are your 1 and 2 demands for
It's gonna
an
be
unlimited,
impressive.
an unlimited budget.
Who doesn't like birds and penguins specifically?
You know what? I
You could be doing this show on a yacht in a hell. You could be doing this show from the moon, but you're fine anywhere
From the moon,
as long
Kevin.
as there. Well, I'm just saying, as long as there's some birds and some penguins
Birds
walking
and
around.
penguins can't live on the moon. I'm with Chris on that. This one, birds and penguins doing a live video podcast.
Maybe this is a thing. Maybe I'm just not hip. Maybe this is the
This is
dream.
more popular than Serial, the podcast.
Birds
on,
and
that'd
penguins.
be pretty
Hold
dope.
on. You've heard of Serial, right? The podcast.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, he's not that one person. then.
I'm not.
He's not the one.
Maybe we should ask our
right.
studio audience. Have they heard of it?
Serial.
Oh, we should have asked Sarah.
They've heard of it too?
Hold on. Yeah. Clap if you've heard of Serial. Oh, there we
They've
go.
heard of it? Wow.
Everybody.
There's somebody else.
Sam, producer. Sam, have you heard of Serial, the podcast?
Oh my
No,
goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody.
God, I am such a special person.
Yeah. Anyway, and we
Yeah,
got
you're
about,
special. Okay, that's a cereal pun.
That is a Serial. Wait.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Stop punning me.
I like that. So we have about 10 minutes left. We did want to get to our holiday roundtable discussion.
Yes.
What better person to bring in on the show than Patty O for us to just throw out some holiday topics for us to talk about, some things to debate. Maybe some of us have some strong opinions on these, maybe not. We can have this little holiday roundtable discussion. So the first topic that I wanted to bring up is the best holiday movie that is out there to watch. The best holiday movie. I think there's a right answer to this, and I think it's National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. That is my go-to. That is my top holiday movie that's out there.
You would say something like that.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. That's just funny to me.
What's yours?
Yeah.
Elf?
No way. Elf's not even in the top 5.
Of course it is.
Really?
Of course it is.
Elf's your answer over Christmas Story?
Yeah, I was about to say, am I truly the oldest person at this table? Because A Christmas Story clearly wins.
No, I mean,
You are the oldest person at this table, but
A Christmas Story set
Let's
the
get that
table
straight.
Yeah.
for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and Elf. I mean,
like, hey,
we wouldn't have those movies if it wasn't for Ralph.
Christmas
and his Red
Story
Riding
is a
Hood.
fantastic movie.
It is the
fantastic
perfect Christmas,
movie.
and it's actually a very interesting story about how it came about.
Yeah.
The director, I believe his name was Bob. I can't remember his last name. Bob Clark, I believe. The director wanted to do A Christmas Story for years, but he was never able to get the budget to put it together. So in order to get the money so that he could make A Christmas Story, he directed a movie called Porky's. Which is, of course, a romp with lots of sex and lots of naked people, romp film.
Yeah.
He made the
Yeah.
money, and then he was able to
And
make
my
A Christmas
father won't
Story.
let me see that one. So.
Oh, Father, we cannot
haven't
watch
seen it yet, no.
Porky's? Can we watch A Christmas Story?
he could watch A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
He could. As long as he doesn't buy the Red Rider BB gun.
I'm gonna shoot my eye out. Is that?
Actually, I would expect him to try and shoot
don't
your
trust
eye
you.
out.
Yeah, I think I'm going to because
why I don't know.
because I've got no parental supervision. I can just run wild and do what I want. So
You're the type that would hurt your father, I can tell. Yeah.
I'm thinking about it more and more these days. That's for sure.
Speaking of Christmas movies, I do have some thoughts on another one of the classic Christmas movies
Okay.
that shown every year. Everybody knows it.
Home Alone.
Yes, Home Alone.
No, I'm wrong. No.
That's a Thanksgiving movie.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Chris.
I don't know. It's Christmas. It's a holiday movie. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was a Christmas movie too.
I think it's Christmas.
Maybe it's that time between. Maybe it's like December 3rd. It's like a halfway between Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's a Thanksmas movie. It's a Chris
Thanksmas.
Giving movie. It's a Chris Giving movie. Chris
That's
be
why I
giving.
said it.
They made a movie about
why I
you.
I
said
think it's
it.
hard to screw a little bit.
That's why I said it.
I think it was hard.
But no, the old Rankin Bass Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
The stop.
Yeah, well,
stuff.
it's pre-claymation, but
yeah.
it's that sort of kind of clay animation.
Okay.
And I was actually thinking about Rudolph earlier today. I brought with me. I swiped from my girlfriend. She received the.
She didn't fake a heart attack at CVS for you to get this, did she?
No, this was given to her as a gift at, a,
Thank
at a
you,
party.
thank you.
But it's the whole thing.
About
where
to hear sirens.
Right.
Cops running it. That'd be good for our show.
That would be.
It's you put the antlers on the window and you put the nose on the front of your car. It's to decorate your car to look
That's
like
a
a reindeer.
car.
Yes.
Rudolph.
Yeah, it's a car costume
Costume.
for Rudolph. And she hasn't put it on her car yet because she's afraid somebody's going to steal it, because really nothing says holidays like stealing some plush crap made in China from my girlfriend's car. But the thing that really got me about this, and also got me thinking about the whole Rudolph thing, it says, transforms your vehicle into Santa's favorite reindeer. Mm-hmm. Now, Okay, I'm a little iffy on this whole thing with Rudolph being so popular, like the most popular reindeer. I mean, he's one of only 2 reindeer that has ever had a movie named after him. The second one, of course, being Prancer from the 90s.
Of course.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah.
But why does
3 greats?
Yes. Have you ever seen it?
All right. I have not.
You don't
but
know. You just don't know.
I could see great movie.
No, great movie.
All right.
But Rudolph, just as a reindeer, having nothing. I mean, the movie Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, it's pure fiction. It's absolutely false. I mean, there's some great things about
Rudolph
it.
never happened?
Rudolph
I thought it was
happened.
a documentary.
It didn't happen the way that the movie says that it happened. I mean, there are some good things about the movie. I mean, we like Burl Ives as the snowman, and the Bumble, the abominable snow monster is really, really cool. And I'll get into fisticuffs with anybody who disrespects Yukon Cornelius in my presence. But
Yukon Cornelius is whack.
all right, here we go, fisticuffs.
Oh, here. Yeah, again, great for our show.
Yeah, right.
That's 2 weeks in a row that Chris is trying to fight one of our guests.
Look at this guy.
But anyway, go
Hey,
ahead.
it's working,
asshole.
Kevin. It's working.
Go ahead.
Everything about the Rudolph narrative is absolutely false. Okay, let's just look at some facts here. And this is why I'm so confused that Rudolph is like the most famous reindeer of all. Okay,
These are facts. What you're going to say right now are facts.
these are facts.
Okay. All right.
Rudolph has a great big red nose, right?
As far as I'm aware.
I think that's a fact.
I think
Yes,
that's a
it's a
fact.
fact. It's a
Yeah.
swollen
I
red
mean, it says
nose.
right here on this.
Yeah. How do people get swollen red noses? That's right. It's a symptom of alcoholism.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Bombshell.
Whoa.
Now, here's the
Christmas
thing.
bombshell.
You can't drive a sleigh.
And Rudolph is drinking so much that the alcohol fumes have actually, inside his nose, reached some sort of combustion, that they're on fire and glowing. That's why it glows, because there's so much alcohol just burning in his nose.
He's leading the sleigh, too. Isn't he the front?
He's the front.
What
He's in
the
the
hell
front.
is wrong with Santa that
Wow.
he makes the choice? He's like, hey, Rudolph, you're a professional caliber drunk. Why don't you lead my
Well-
team of 8 reindeer? And it's not like, oh, look.
Let's be honest. I don't think Santa has the best judgment either about who should be leading that charge,
Which
right?
is ridiculous. I mean,
He's got some pretty rosy cheeks, pretty rosy nose himself.
Absolutely. These two are codependent. They are
I wanna hang out with
enabling one
Santa.
another, right? But Rudolph is. I mean,
Chris wants to split an Uber with Santa coming back from the
Yeah.
bars.
No, that's total surge time, man.
That's true. It's
Surge-
time at double prices,
Seriously,
double and a half.
They
Ubering
would
with
comp
Santa,
Santa.
Ubering with Santa on Christmas Eve. That's like the highest surge out there.
If Santa was, they would comp it if Santa was with you in the. I don't think they would charge Santa.
I think, well, somebody would charge Santa. You can't Uber if you're a drunk driver, and he puts the drunkest reindeer in front of the leading everybody.
It is a reckless, but like another fact is Santa doesn't miss a kid on Christmas, right? So
But
Unless you're on the naughty list.
see, how do we know that
Which
they're
list?
really on? How do we know that they're really on the naughty list?
always gets served. But the
hello.
naughty list, yeah, no, you're shit out of luck.
But
Yeah.
how do we know that they're truly on the naughty list? I mean, do we ever see the naughty list before Christmas? No, I think the naughty list comes out retroactively, and that's all the people that Santa and Rudolph were too drunk to get to their houses.
interesting.
They have to go around the entire world in one night. Can you imagine the speeds you need to be going at? And if you're blitzed out of your gourd so much that your nose is glowing, you're not going to hit every house. You're going to miss some. So here's the big conspiracy theory. Yep, they're right. Okay, who do we miss? Well, we missed Bobby in Peoria. He was on the naughty list.
He's going.
Patio go.
He's going. No, keep going. I'm just.
Well, I lost it.
Oh man,
You ruined. Patio was flowing.
he
and you
was
ruined it.
flowing and going.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying. So that's I'm not a fan of Rudolph because I mean,
Because he's a drunk, is what you're trying to say.
and on
basically.
top of that, he gets all of this press.
He does.
He only did that whole thing with the nose leading through. That was one time.
Yeah.
One time.
Imagine if you're Vixen. How pissed are you? You know,
Yeah.
you do the same work as Rudolph. Nobody ever mentions Vixen.
No, I think all of them should be pissed. I mean, Vixen and Donner and Dopey and Sneezy and Bilbo, every one of those other reindeer should
Yeah.
be furious at Rudolph because, I mean, they've been doing this for years. Rudolph comes in, oh, it's foggy one night. I'm the hero. And now nobody remembers the rest of their names.
You guys have no idea if all of the other reindeer aren't just like shy, awkward Rob Lowe, and they don't want the spotlight. They just want to lay in the back. They don't care. They're chill. They're relaxed. They do the same work, but they don't need the recognition. They're just chilling.
You're absolutely.
You don't know.
You're wrong. They are pissed. Why do you think they called them names?
They do.
Wow,
They do
he
call
just
it
They
names.
do. They
Dang,
do.
you set that bait so hard.
Yeah.
God dang
You
it.
don't want to get in Patio's world and try to mix it up.
Damn
Chris.
you, other reindeer.
I think
I
that's-
had your back
I know.
for a second, and you laid me out to dry.
That's an interesting theory. I like this.
And he's stating all facts, according to him.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. Have you ever seen somebody with like this great big red nose that wasn't a drunk?
He was a clown, but so it wasn't his real nose. But yeah, he was a clown.
Clowns are also drunks, I think.
But
right?
but other than that, no, I haven't. It's just been all alcoholics.
Well, that-
You're
you know,
right.
now that you mention it, I do wonder maybe some of the other reindeer had worse habits. Maybe there's some coke habits to stay up all night like that,
Yeah.
delivering presents. Maybe some of them had worse habits than
Dasher.
alcoholism. Dasher
had a heroin problem, as rumors.
Oh, wow, really?
Rumors.
Are these blogs or? Just, it's out there. It's,
Well, I attended SantaCon last year.
I mean, we know that Prancer.
All the Santas were talking about it.
Prancer had some issues, and had to make a secondary living as a dancer. Prancer
did.
went. I mean, I saw that movie from the '90s. I mean, he went down to Vegas and he got connected up with Kyle MacLachlan, and then he pushed the head dancer down the stairs so that he could be the lead in the Big Naked Dance show in Vegas. This is Prancer, right?
Didn't
I think this is Prancer.
he was in the movie, right? Prancer of the same name. Was that the one you talked about earlier, Prancer?
Oh, no, I was talking.
Didn't he
about,
do some full frontal in that movie, Prancer, or no?
I was thinking about
Did a butt
Showgirls
shot at
again.
least.
He was yeah.
I was thinking
he
about
was
Showgirls
combining
again.
the
yeah. The butt shot. Oh, and the washing machine. The washing machine in the pool with Prancer.
I love
That
Elizabeth
was
Berkley.
Who doesn't, right?
I'm so excited.
Gonna stop the show.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. God, she's good.
Oh man.
Saved by the Bell.
She's on my naughty list, I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
Well, do we? I mean, one patio ran after our list. We have one roundtable topic.
We just
that
got to one.
Does anybody have any closing holiday thoughts? Any more rants? We got a couple minutes left here on the show. Not a lot of time for the very last SGR
I had so many
of the
things
calendar
I was
year.
gonna ask.
I know.
Patty. Patty, I want to know. I just want to know, like, what's your either least or most favorite part? I'm just going to be general with it, since we're just kind of throwing out here, of the holidays, of the holiday season. Is there something that just really grinds your gears, or is there something that's like that you just love about the holidays?
Dad,
You
I
go
hate
either
it.
way with this.
Dad, why do you use those old man expressions? That's why we don't relate anymore, Father.
What did you cut your teeth on?
What really
growing up in
grinds
the
your gears? Oh, Pop.
Hey, you respect your father, okay?
Oh, Pop.
Respect your elders.
He's everybody's father.
Yeah.
His father, Chris. There it is. He's more Santa than you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think my least favorite part is just like the constant conversation and rage about the war on Christmas. It's like, there's a war on Christmas, which I think is kind of ridiculous because, I mean, number one, Christmas isn't what anybody truly thinks that it is. I mean, Christmas is, there are people who celebrate the religious aspect of it, but that's not really what Christmas is anymore. I mean, Christmas is an American holiday. We've completely Americanized it. So, I mean, what is Christmas nowadays? It's like the dark, cold time of the year, so everybody like holes up in their houses, and it's chilly, so you're eating a lot of sugary food to keep your metabolism up, to keep you warm. You're drinking a lot of Christmas booze as practice for New Year's Eve.
Make your nose red.
Right. And it's also very dark and dreary, so you figure you need to lighten things up around the house a little bit, so you go out and you kill a Christmas tree and you put it in your house and you cover it with the electrical fire hazard, and then we need more.
Get a cat.
Right, yeah, get a cat to like burn the house down with the
Yep.
Christmas tree. You need more pretty things, so you like get a bunch of wrapping paper and wrap up a bunch of cheap gifts from China, electronics to give to each other, and then on Christmas Day or sometime Christmas Eve, an old fat white bearded Norwegian troll comes down the chimney and stuffs nectarines in your socks. That's Christmas.
Well, listen, if you were not in the Christmas mood out there before that, now
I'm
you
really
are.
looking forward to it now.
Now you are. Merry Christmas, everybody out there.
SGR wishes you a Merry Christmas.
We do. Well, Patio, Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you so much
Thanks for coming on our video show.
Right?
We hope to have you and your mug back on here.
Yes, a striking profile with the pointy nose and the pointy chin.
That's a good point.
That's a good
Hey,
looking
yes, you did
profile.
I can pun too. I can pun it.
So, Patty, Merry Christmas. Chris, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Kevin. I'm sorry for being just
Grinchy.
grinchy today.
I think we got you back now. I think after, Patio brought you into spirit with that, and I can't wait to toss the ball around with you on Christmas Day.
Sounds good, son.
It's going to be a lovely moment. And
I love
everybody
you,
out
son.
there
I
watching
love
and
you.
listening, thank you very much for
I love you all, too.
tuning into SGR. Have a great, happy New Year. Good. Have a good Christmas.
See you in the new year, January
We'll be
7th.
back January 7th will be our next show, so hopefully we'll see you then. But to everybody out there for listening to SGR this year, we appreciate it, and we'll see you soon.
See ya.
You're listening to Screaming Goat Radio with Kevin and Chris, right here on LA Talk Radio.